Hi friends, welcome to Indian Tech Guru for you. So from today onwards we will be starting with Microsoft Azure first batch. My name is Dayakar Tammineni. The training schedule is on weekdays from Monday to Friday, every day 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. The platform for these live classes is Google Meet. Let us start with the first session agenda. In this session, we are going to cover introduction to cloud, what is cloud computing, why cloud computing, cloud models, types of clouds, and then introduction to Azure. Let us start with what is cloud computing. So in these sessions, instead of going in a theoretical way, we will be preferring to go in a practical way, so that we will get hands-on experience, as well as it will be very easy to crack the jobs on Microsoft Azure. First of all, so what is meant by cloud computing? Before going to the definition, we need to take a scenario. For example, assume that I have started online exams portal. To conduct online exams for various government jobs. So initially what I did is I have purchased server space from godaddy.in and then I have purchased an a domain name, and then I started deploying my web application in that particular server space. So initially everything is okay, and I have asked all the aspirants to pay a nominal amount of 500 rupees to write the online exams. That is, the test series cost is 500 rupees. Okay. So initially very limited people started joining, and there were around 100 participants, 100 job seekers who have taken this test series and started practicing the online exams. The online exams will be conducted subject wise, so they have started attempting those exams as per their own timings. So whenever I see the website, there will be not more than 5 concurrent users at a time. So among these 100 job aspirants, only 5 concurrent users will be live at a particular moment, and during after 11 p.m. during night time, nobody was there. That is the scenario. However, after 1 month, this number of subscriptions have been raised to 300. Now there are, instead of 5 concurrent users, there are 15 concurrent users at a time. So because of that, as I have taken the basic server space, basic plan, it is not sufficient to make sure that 15 concurrent users can access the server. Then what I need to do? I need to upgrade the server space. Upgrade the server space. Okay. So I have upgraded the server space. Then it was okay. 15 concurrent users can access the website and access all the online exams. However, after some time, so the exam date was 15th September. So from 1st September onwards, the concurrent users raised from 15 to 50 because the exams are near. The exams will start from 15th September. That is why from 1st September onwards, that is before 15 days onwards, the number of concurrent users raised from 15 to 50. Again the same problem occurred. They are not able to access the online exams portal because 50 concurrent users were now accessing the examination portal at the same time. So what I need to do? Once again, I need to upgrade the server space. Okay. So this time it worked properly, even though 50 concurrent users were accessing the online exams. But on 14th September, is one day before the exam, among these 300 job aspirants, suddenly 200 aspirants have accessed the server at the same time. 200 concurrent users have accessed the server. Then the entire server collapsed and nobody could access the server. Okay. So that is the basic problem whenever we work with our on-premises server, because the reason is we don't expect the loads. So after 15th September, after the exam is over, number of users as well as the number of concurrent users were 0. That is, nobody are going to access the web portal. Then whatever the cost I paid for the server space, that is all wasted. So that was the scenario. So if you want to start an online business, then we need to purchase a server, we need to install required software, we need to maintain the server with an IT team, and if more computation is needed, then we are going to replace the server or upgrade the server. So which results in wastage of lot of money. Okay. Then what is the solution? The solution is moving to cloud computing. Now we can get the definition. Cloud means all of the above services are managed by a third party. Okay. So we are going to hire the virtual servers, and then we are going to install the required software in virtual servers, and we are going to maintain the server virtually, and very importantly, whenever more computation is needed, then the cloud computing is going to auto scale, the computing power. Okay, automatically it is going to upgrade the computing power. So another example is Amazon Great India Festival. which will be started in October first week. So whenever this Amazon Great India Festival is there, then definitely the number of concurrent users will be in lakhs. Huge number of customers are going to access the websites, Amazon portal, Amazon.in portal. Then definitely, so if there is no cloud computing, then it will be collapsed. Nobody can access the server. So that's why Amazon has implemented the first cloud platform for its own website, Amazon.com, known as AWS. AWS is the first cloud platform. Amazon Web Services is the first cloud platform, which has been implemented by Amazon for its own purpose, because the number of concurrent users will be in lakhs during the festival season. Whenever they announce Great India Festival, huge number of concurrent users are going to access the portal. So that's why definitely they need the cloud platform. So they have implemented and succeeded, very, very important, and succeeded. That's why during the Flipkart Big Billion Days, whenever we are going to access the website, sometimes it lags, it stops, it freezes, whereas Amazon.com or Amazon.in never freezes, because they have implemented the cloud computing. Then what is the necessity for us to move to the cloud computing? Because several different companies are offering several different services. Several companies are offering several different services, such as we might have heard about BTech AI, BTech in IoT specialization, which were not there previously. So why in these areas specialized BTech courses have been introduced? Because these services are also provided by cloud computing. The AWS as well as Microsoft Azure are providing cloud services for artificial intelligence as well as IoT. Then what is the need? Why we need to go for the cloud computing? We have already discussed. Because if you want to deploy on-premises your web services, then the cost of deploying is very high. Whereas if you go for cloud computing, then you are going to pay only for what you use. We are going to pay only for what you use. For example, take the same scenario which I have taken previously. So there were 300 users which are going to access my portal. Initially only 5 concurrent users were there. So only for these 5 concurrent users I am going to pay. After some time 5 became 15, after some time 50, after some time 200, no problem. After some time it became 0. So whenever it becomes 0, I am not going to pay a single rupee. So that is, according to the usage we are going to pay. And these virtual machines, these virtual operating systems, we can actually create within minutes of time. So that is the basic advantage in case of cloud. Now by comparing the previous implementation and this implementation, in previous implementation, so my total income, so totally 300 users are there, 500 is the course fees, so totally 1,50,000. 1,50,000 is the profit. So if I keep on incrementing the server space for non-cloud computing implementation, so it will cost around 1 lakh for the servers, and then for developing the web application it will cost around 50,000. So I don't have any profit, 1,50,000. So at 1,50,000 and I have spent 1,50,000, no profit. If I go for the cloud implementation for 5 concurrent users, assume for one user, 100 rupees, 5 users 500, 15 users 1500, 50 users 5,000, 200 users 20,000. The total cost is 27,000. So only I am going to pay 27,000. So these are not exact numbers, however these are nearby numbers. Okay, so let it be 50,000, there is no problem, because I will get a profit of 1 lakh. 1 lakh profit, so by implementing the web app in cloud computing. Okay, so coming to who are the providers. There are basically 3 main competitors. Amazon Web Services, so which was the first cloud provider. So first cloud provider because it needed for its own web portal Amazon.com, then it started building the cloud computing and then deploying its own web applications in AWS, Amazon Web Services. So after deployment, it thought that why don't we provide services to all companies. Then it started hiring cloud computing to all the other companies also. Then it has been implemented successfully and it got huge profits. So then Microsoft thought that why don't we start cloud services. Then it started Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is the cloud platform which has been started by Microsoft. And as Microsoft is basically a software company and it has more exposure on product development compared to Amazon, because Amazon is not a software company. So it has started its IT services because it needs a cloud platform, whereas Microsoft was originally a product based company. So that's why the growth rate of Microsoft Azure has been increased drastically, even though AWS is number 1. So the increasing rate of growth is with Microsoft Azure. So as far as the growth rate is concerned, Azure is number 1 now. Then Google started its own cloud platform, GCP. So however, it is not that much popular because it is concentrating providing cloud services for its own products rather than for all the companies. So what is the basic advantage of cloud computing? Pay only for what you use. Then coming to the cloud models. So there are basically three important cloud models. So even there are more than these three also, but the most important cloud models are IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service, PaaS means platform as a service, SaaS means software as a service. IaaS mainly concentrates on providing services for compute, networking, storage. That is the basic need of any computer. Any computer needs computing power, storage space, as well as networking. These three are provided in IaaS. So whatever we are going to learn, that is the Microsoft Azure or AWS or GCP, comes under IaaS providers. So coming to the PaaS, PaaS means platform as a service. So platform as a service, it is actually going to provide the runtime for running web applications. So already operating system will be there. You are not going to install the operating system. You are not going to install the operating system. So just we are going to deploy our web applications through the web hosting. Accordingly, it is going to run the web applications. The best example is web hosting, which we have seen previously how to deploy the web applications. And the third one is SaaS, software as a service. So as far as the SaaS is concerned, the entire implementation is taken care by the cloud service providers. The best examples are Google Workspace, so which provides services for Gmail, Google Meet, and so on. So as far as Microsoft is concerned, OneDrive is most popular. So here we need not to bother about what operating system is used, what web application is used. All of them will be taken care by the cloud service provider. And these are the 4 different models we could implement. The first and foremost is on-premises. On-premises means you will have your own cloud platform. You are going to manage networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, as well as applications. All these things are managed by your own company. You will have your own data center. You are not going to migrate to the cloud computing. Whereas IaaS means here the networking, storage, servers, virtualization will be provided by cloud service provider, in this example Microsoft, and you are going to create your own virtual machines, and you are going to install operating system, middleware, runtime, data, applications in case of IaaS. So we will be learning about these concepts. So Azure administrator is going to work with all of these concepts. Coming to PaaS, OS, middleware, runtime will also be maintained by the cloud service provider such as Microsoft, and we will be working only with applications and data. So this area, actually the job role is Azure Data Engineer. Azure Data Engineer is going to work with PaaS service, platform as a service. Here IaaS service, Azure administrator. So as far as software as service is concerned, all of the things will be managed by Microsoft. The best examples are, we have already seen, Microsoft's OneDrive or Google Workspace. Just the users are going to utilize the services provided by the cloud service provider. We need not bother about the underlying hardware, the underlying operating system, the underlying softwares. All of them will be taken care by the Microsoft company. And coming to the types of clouds, there are basically three different types of clouds: public, private and hybrid. Public cloud means, so whatever we are going to discuss, Microsoft Azure, AWS as well as Google Cloud Platform, these are all going to provide the public cloud services. If you are running an IT software company, then we are going to hire services from any one of these companies, and we are going to deploy our applications in that particular company, and we can access from our desktop or laptop these services. Then it is called as public cloud. Sometimes what happens is there will be mission critical data as well as confidential data which is maintained by the company. So then instead of making it as public cloud, we can make it as private cloud. So we are going to lie a separate line from our company to cloud service provider company, so that no other intruders can access our data. Whereas in case of the public cloud, so others can also access the public cloud data, because the public cloud data will be running on public lines, public data lines. So whereas hybrid means a single company may switch in between public as well as private. So if there are several modules, some modules may be deployed as public cloud and some other modules may be deployed as private cloud. So then it is implemented as hybrid. These are the three different ways. There is one more implementation also, government, so which is specially designed for government organizations. So coming to the introduction to Azure, Microsoft public cloud is called as Microsoft Azure. It is announced in October 2008 and released in February 2010. It is the second largest as of now, and it is fastest growing cloud. In the near future it may become first also, because Microsoft has the experience as well as history of product development. And now Azure is providing largest variety of cloud services compared to other companies. So as far as the major clients are concerned, Boeing, Samsung, BMW, GE Healthcare, Siemens, Gamesa, which is from India. These are all the major clients for Microsoft Azure cloud platform. So these are the topics we discussed in the first session. We will start with the Microsoft Azure in depth from next session onwards. Hope you understand the logic. That's all for now.